All right, there it goes. Forgot about that. Okay. The things that we have added this past month is the gilded.gg site. So this kind of was something that I was trying to do on the down low initially, just kind of deploying it at a partial community basis. But I guess the social media being what it is, once we hooked our Discord to it so that I could sync roles, it kind of sent out invites to a lot of people from what I was gathering. So there was a lot of people that started joining, and I was like, "Who are?" I didn't even invite these people, but here we are now, and we are starting to roll it out. And we've done a piecewise deployment. Excuse me, I'm also a little bit drunk. Of this particular site, and we've assigned a few things to various guilds, and I'll be asking for your feedback on those particular elements as we go through, and also scratching some things off of the to-do list that I am aware that you guys could not edit. I did mean to put it in a separate document, but that kind of forgot about that. So, but we're gonna catch up tonight anyway on all that shit. So essentially, the goal right now is to get people onto Gilded. We have a pretty good amount of people on it. If you go to the home section in Discord, it'll actually tell you how many out of how many. So we've got 100 out of 157. That is including people that are ungilded that keep popping into our Discord, because we have public links for our Discord now. So there's been a lot of people who just popped in, looked around for a second, not actually applied to anything, and I've been cleaning those people out every few days. So there was probably like 9 or 10 that I kicked pretty recently, and it looks like there's already 4 more that have sort of popped in that haven't really done anything or applied anywhere. So usually give about 24 to 48 hours, and then I'll boot them out. But that means, in general, we are at about 66% engagement on the Gilded. So if you have members that have not joined it yet, you need to work on that. And you can go through the Discord section of Gilded from the homepage, and you can actually go down the list and invite people to your guild. I've been inviting people that every 3 days or so, and that's been kind of helping. Numbers have been slowly creeping up, but there's a lot of people who are just kind of haven't seen it, like Envy here, who I'm about to reinvite once again. So all the leaders at the very least should be on it, because otherwise we can't push it to our members if we're not doing that. And I'm kind of using a cutoff for my group in particular of people who don't get on it within the next, I would say, a total of 30 days that we've had it out, so about another 2 weeks or so. I'm just gonna remove them from Random Impact from my group, because I mean, if they're not watching the guild chat, they're not watching their Discord enough to want to join, then I'll just say fuck them and kick them. So right now, that's kind of another measuring stick for recruitment as well, to see who's active and who's not, by giving them plenty of chances to invite. I think I've done 3 rounds of invites at this point, so people who still haven't seen it are either blind or just not joining for some strange reason, because it does DM you on Discord. So I don't know what that's about. So yeah, the goal there is just to get people on it right now, and we'll talk about the deployment later. So that's my community manager stuff. Let's talk a little bit about development. How are things going, AI? And I do have one task or one update for you.
Oh, I haven't done much this month. I've been busy.
Yeah, SoulCal 6.
Well, no, that was the beta. That was just today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't seen you in tabletop in a while.
And no, I haven't been able to attend games. I mean, I get home pretty late. I have to go to bed super early, and just been playing a lot of the September games, so haven't had a lot of time.
Well, I considered the feedback from last meeting. Athrun was probably the more vocal of the personnel here on the survey for the year. I think that the rollout date on that is going to be Monday, 11/26. So that's Cyber Monday. Maybe we'll make that sort of a typical time for rollout. And then since we don't usually get to the yearly community meeting until about midway through January, and then we've got the holiday shopping, then the holiday, then the New Year. Figure you nix about a week, 10 days off. It gives people about a solid 30 days or so of active time to fill it out. So Everyone else's task, the second thing you should be writing down is submit questions, guild-specific questions that you feel like you need answers to from your members or from potential recruits to AI between now and that time. So, I mean, I guess the deadline really since, let's see, November 26th is the last Monday. Black Friday would technically be the deadline, I guess, for submission of the questions, but just send them directly to him so he can just start getting them into an Excel sheet. We're going to probably use most of last year's survey, I would think, AI, right? I mean, that's kind of a template we're going to work on.
Yeah, I need to fix a lot of things on that. But yeah, I'm going to work on that probably tomorrow. So I'll have that. I'll have something set up for that.
Yeah, and then we can just.
I can take a look at that.
I would say the people who may very likely want to contribute the most to this survey. I mean, aside from the guild leaders who may want to answer questions, are the recruitment officers that are here. If there's something about, that you want, because the feedback that we get for the most part in the survey every year is about, I want my guild to be larger, or I want more people to be active specifically. So ask questions about what kind of members you're looking for and that kind of stuff. And AI can certainly show you your section, your guild section, specific sections of the survey. Obviously, this year we're going to be adding Primal Impact to the survey. We will not be adding Sudden Impact to the survey because the game will have just been out for about 2 weeks at the time, so probably won't add it right then and there. I think that may be the only new guild that we have right now. Well, we did Destiny. Did we do Destiny last year, Kanya? I think we did, right? AI, do you remember?
We didn't have it on the survey. That was the problem.
Okay. So, yeah, we have a couple new sections. So we'll be keeping a few old ones and modifying stuff. AI, you can send out the list of questions for those to the guild leaders, and we'll be adding new sections for stuff there. So if that's all the developments. Also, Extra Life. Extra Life is coming up. I can give you the date exactly when the hell that is. It's usually the end of October, beginning of November. So Extra Life is November 3rd. And what I would like to do is have the community do one 24-hour stream. So certainly the members here can individually do 24-hour streams on their own, but I would like to have a unified IGC presence for the 24 hours on that stream. So for the guild leaders, if you can schedule stuff on that day, let's coordinate. Maybe you can send schedules to me or maybe Rainbow, and we can try to fill out a 24-hour stream day on November 3rd. For the DMs, if you want to do one-shots, I think that is an excellent day to do some one-shot streams because you can plan ahead for it now, 30 days. If you're not running your campaign on a Saturday, we can get you a stream slot, and I know it takes 3 to 4 hours, or maybe more. That would be awesome because that fills a shitload of time in a 24-hour period. So do you guys think that is possible? Is that a good idea? We've got 2 of the 3 DMs in here. What do you think?
I'll volunteer.
I think it's an awesome idea. I just don't stream. So I would need some help with that. But I'm definitely down to certainly help with something.
Yeah, I mean, if I play, let's say in your campaign that day, whatever, I can stream it. You know what I mean? Like, just
okay.
We'll get somebody. We'll have to coordinate it, and Rainbow can help us find. Maybe we can do like a sign up. We're thinking right now that's a little over 30 days away, so you may want to start planning for that. I know you guys have a lot of work, especially you, Orcus, with the new campaign coming. Keep in the back of your minds about what kind of stuff you want to do, and let's try to make one unified stream day. AI, can you work on getting the team set up on Extra Life?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, excellent. So survey questions to AI. Extra Life Day is November 3rd. And send your, try to send AI like, hey, Rocket League can do 2 to 3 in the afternoon or something like that. And we'll We'll figure it out. We'll see if we can mesh around times.
Would it be possible to post those old questions so we can review them?
Yes, you're gonna be sent those. I will send those to you. Is that okay? You're good with that?
Yep.
Pluck them out, send them to people. Thank you. I'm just writing notes here. Okay. All right. Social media. You're the only one, Rainbow. So tell me what's going on.
I think it's been, going okay. I've been trying to keep up with posts as much as I can. The last month we did have the hurricane.
Yeah.
And we're currently, in the works of transferring over our system at work. So I've been having a lot of overtime. So I'm trying my best. I know haven't been doing as much as I did when I very first started, but I feel like so far it's been going okay.
Okay, good. I know you've had that going on, and the hurricane definitely sucked. Welcome, Ryu.
My apologies. I was called out, but I'm here now.
I'll just backpedal for a second then. So Extra Life Day is November 3rd. That's a 24-hour stream. We're going to do a 24-hour stream on the IGC channel, and we're looking for every group to participate. If not one time slot of 2 to 3 hours, more than one. And I've asked the DMs, if you want to, you don't have to prepare like a one shot for that day, something you can do ahead of time. You could have 30 days or so to prepare for it now. Get a group together.
Oh, heck yes, I would.
Would you be interested in that?
Heck yes, I would.
All right.
November 4th, you said?
3rd. Saturday, November 3rd.
November 3rd, okay.
Yes.
We will not be meeting that night, Rainbow.
That's fine.
I mean, it could be your group. You could run your group even if you want to do that. I just know the other two groups
That
are
is
running on
a
Saturday.
possibility.
So,
I think maybe a one-off would be more a better idea, so people don't have to what's Broken Earth? Who's Claire? Who's Rin? Why is he shooting rainbows from his unicorn horn?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's why I suggested it, because I thought it would be good.
So yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Sorry, Rainbow, for taking your time there.
No, you're fine. I didn't really have too much to say.
So have you been catching up on the YouTube videos and been getting that stuff up and keeping it going?
I've been trying to. I think I'm a little bit behind, but I've been trying to do as I can at work, and then getting my laptop out every few days once I get home.
Okay. So one of the things I'm going to add to your workflow, since we're using Guilded now, is to start adding the YouTube videos into the media sections for each guild.
Okay.
All right. Also, we had talked a little bit about podcasts last time. It's not exactly social media, but sort of in the same realm. I've given it some thought. I think that's something that I would really like to pursue, probably maybe in the new year. Maybe it's like a little bit of a launch plan for the new year. And I think we'll include some questions on the survey too, to see what kind of if there's people that are interested in being like co-hosts and stuff like that. Typically, it would be nice. We had 4 to 5 when we were really rolling on the last IGC podcast, so I'd like to get somewhere close to 4, if not a solid 4, with occasional guests from within the community to do that weekly podcast. I guess we would do it weekly because we did that. I think we did weekly for a while. Or was it bi-weekly AI? I forget. I know we did monthly at first, and then I think it switched to bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly, yeah.
So weekly is a lot, but I think we could probably do it. I mean, there's always a lot of news out there. It's just a matter of whether or not we're interested in talking about it, and so it hasn't been forgotten.
Sweet.
We also need to update the streaming schedule on the leadership info doc, I believe. Oh no, I think it's up to date now because I removed RI from Sunday, and Kanya had discontinued his Destiny 2 on Tuesday, if I recall. So I removed those from the stream doc. So those are available time slots now for other guilds. I know Aerial Impact EU will also be probably adding something onto the list at some point, probably in a slightly different time, of course, because they are 5 to 6 hours different than us. The majority of their members will be that time, so won't really interfere with the primetime schedule here over the NA. So. Welcome, Nigel. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And nice work on the t-shirts. For Rainbow. Nice work on the t-shirts.
I'm still working on them. The original set I had put out, apparently, I don't know what's up with them, but they're not being produced very well. I think it's just because the colors are... I have to work on the colors, but so I will be taking a couple of the designs down already and redoing them, but hopefully we can get more people that are interested in them too.
Yeah, and that's another great question for the survey. You know, would you guys buy IGC apparel if it was available? Just a thought.
And I am also working on, I know several leaders and officers were saying that they were into coming up with ideas for their specific team. I'm totally kosher if anybody wants to holler at me for anything. I don't know, like, internal memes or, like, anything to do with Aerial Impact other than it's a soccer ball and little RC cars. So if you guys have any, like, ideas, I'm totally down to give it a shot.
What? Soccer ball.
Soccer cars.
Yeah.
Soccer cars.
Yeah, you know, like if you guys have any funny jokes that you guys talk, you know, like
Yeah.
stuff, you know, like keep that in mind and send those ideas over to Rainbow. And if you have any mock-up design ideas, you can send those over to her too.
Perfect.
The D&D campaigns would probably benefit from a lot of these little one-liners that you guys do in your campaigns. Yeah, that's a great one right there, Ryu.
I don't know if mine should carry over, but that's just me.
Or at the end of your campaign, you can do a Broken Earth victory shirt where it says, "I survived the Broken Earth campaign and got to see the boss."
That's cute, actually.
And all I got was this T-shirt.
That's right. There you go. All right, so let's do guild updates. Critical Impact. I know Orcus is a bit on time constraint here, so is Aerial. So let's hit it.
Okay. So session 0 is happening tonight after this meeting. I'm kind of excited since recruitment took approximately 3 hours, and the crew that we've got together, I think, is a lot of fun. The party's definitely not something I've run before, as there are no tanks, any obvious ones at least. We have a druid, and that's the closest we got, and a cleric. So I'm excited to see how this goes. But I also received way more applications than I was anticipating. So I will eventually add those to the doc for applications. I have one guy who I'm waiting to hear back from who's going to be on standby. But outside of that, I'm hoping this campaign's successful, and we will certainly see after session 0 what the general feeling is. So,
Yeah, I hope it is, and I wish you luck. One thing of note: the members that you've added to your to the Discord recently, they all need the member tag.
oh, okay, let me do that right now.
All right. So I know they have critical and the high winds. They also need member added to the group there.
Will do.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So we're gonna, as of tonight, we'll have 3 D&D campaigns running again. Are they all 5e right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Alrighty. And that Pathfinder test. I guess you're gonna talk about that, Atherin.
I will, yes.
All right. Well, you and Ryu can fight over who talks next.
Who goes first? Do I go first? Do you go first?
I'll go first so you can talk more about the
Okay, go ahead.
Pathfinder and whatnot. I mean, there's not really much going on with Broken Earth. We did have a player, like, just today say that they couldn't meet with us anymore because of real-life issues. And I mean, that's completely understandable. Real life will always take precedence over a hobby or a game. So, technically speaking, I do have a player slot open, but I probably won't be doing any recruiting for it because I can work with 5. But if anyone in the community expresses like a great interest in playing Dungeons and Dragons 5e, they can get with me, and I'll make a post in Critical Impact here soon. But today's been pretty helter skelter for me. I mean, I just got back from a call, so I'm still organizing things. But other than that, next session is going to be centered around Warlink and essentially the Thieves Guild. So did a lot of reading up on like Thieves Guild ideas, and my brother suggested I read The Lies of Locke Lamora, and already I think I'm in like chapter 6, and already I've got like a ton of ideas. So that's helped. That's been interesting. But we're going to keep going forward, and, you know, I'm going to keep dialogue with that player that had to drop out just in case he's able to come back later. That's pretty much what we got planned.
Cool. I'm glad. Yeah, I mean, your campaign's still, 5 members, even without him?
Yeah, 5 members and me.
Okay. That's still a pretty good number. All right, Ethern.
All right, so I'll talk about Valoris first. This Wednesday, we had our finale for the act. I think it was our 18th or 19th session. Typically, we run 3 hours. If I run a little past that, my members are usually chopping at the bit or just like, I got to go. However, our session ran well over 4 hours, and I had many members stay an extra hour to kind of discuss things afterwards. So I think it went really well. I'm happy with it. Next week, we will run an epilogue. The following week, we will do another session 0 for Act 2, where the players are able to choose whether to kind of retweak their characters a little bit, or they can put them on downtime and write up new characters. So I'm hoping for that session to go pretty well. That's about it for Valoris. Everything is going great. I've got 7 members. I do have a feeling that we'll probably drop down to 6 once we switch gears and go into Act 2, just because of time restraints for one of the players. As far as the Pathfinder playtest, we had some touch and go a little bit there because of the weather that was going on. So we had to postpone it. But pretty much everybody was able to make it, save for Orcus, again, just due to real life things. It was more of a mechanical test just to kind of see how it was. Most of our community is 5e. I think the general consensus was it was neat, but probably not for us. I think it was a good takeaway for Ryukin was a part of it as well. I think it was just kind of a good way to see what else is out there, and a way to kind of mechanically inspire us to do other things. And as far as one-offs in the future, it's definitely something that I'm looking towards. For me, it's very easy to put something together for just 3, 4, 5 hours and run it. So I'm hoping to do. My personal goal is to maybe do one-off a month. Day is still to be determined. It might be Friday, seems to be the best right now. Though if we no longer have a stream on Tuesday, I might consider gobbling that up as well. So
You can have it.
there's Critical.
Also, I'm going to ask you guys, how did you guys get together to work on trimming the application down, and have you got it up on Gilded yet?
We have not, to my knowledge.
But I think the application is on Gilded.
Yeah, the application, the old one, not the trimmed one.
Okay, you're right. It's fully on there, right? Like the old one.
I did take a few liberties with the first part, but I tried to copy pretty much everything from the original application.
Okay, wonderful. And Orcus had brought this question up when he was starting his campaign, but using Gilded as a recruitment portal is up to you guys. How you choose to recruit is very much up to you. You can do whatever you want. You can use Reddit. You can use Roll20. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter to me. Guilded is here to supplement recruitment procedures, but also add functionality for everything else that we currently lack due to not really using the website very much anymore. There may be a point in time where we decide to use the applications specifically through Guilded. Therefore, we would take them off the website in some way. But for now, you can send people to the website and continue to do that for the time being. If we ever decide to say, okay, our application is just specifically on this thing right now, and only use that link, then we'll obviously talk about that before we roll that out. It is a consideration, which is why I'm mentioning it, just to have the applications in one place. They're far easier to edit, and everyone has access to edit them, unlike the current applications, which only I can do, because our application software is actually pirated, and I have to do manual database updates in order for the emails to send properly every time we change the app, which is a huge pain in the butt because I have to sift through database code, and it's annoying. So just want to let you guys know that. You don't have to use it. There are some guilds that are piloting it, its functionality through there, but your group is not one of those. But you're welcome to use it if you so choose.
Cool. I just had one last thing, if that was okay before we move on. I had a special thank you for Rainbow for helping with recruitment for the High Winds of Dune campaign. I think it worked out really well for how the recruitment went down. And I just want to say you did a brilliant job, and I look forward to potentially other campaigns in the future that the recruitment will go as successfully as it did this time.
Yeah, this was the overbite of successful.
Yeah, it was all thanks to Rainbow, so I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's good. That's good. If we ever hire a buddy for her, that person will actually be the one who's in charge of Reddit and such. I hope it's as successful when that person does it. So, assuming we ever fill that position, I'm hopeful that we will.
I'm sure it will be. It took a lot of pressure off me, so I do really appreciate that.
So you just gave her the post, and she went and posted it?
Yeah, and I loved how the Instagram post came out. So yeah, it was definitely not what I was expecting, but I loved it. So I'm really appreciative of how well recruitment turned out.
Yeah, I lost track of the apps. Do you have an actual final number on that?
You know what? Let me check the email, because I'm pretty sure it was over 10 the last time I checked.
I just kept moving them into my red box. I'm like, oh god, there's so many of these.
Yeah, I was seeing them pile in and in. I was like, oh my god.
That's insane.
It's like a gold mine.
I mean, that's the thing with D&D. It's easy to recruit for. It's just hard to narrow people down. It seems like every other group is kind of the reverse, a little harder to recruit for.
While he's looking for that, I know Wintertide was brought up as a potential DM.
Never gonna happen.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Just a final note on the application count. Final number was 20 applications total.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah.
1 in 4-ish of those people actually got a spot.
Yep. Which it kind of felt awkward, but at the same time, like I knew who I wanted, so just based on off the applications.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
It's
I mean,
also this is one of the most diverse groups I'm running, which I'm very thankful for, because a diverse party is a fun party.
well, I hope it goes well tonight.
I do too, and I think it will.
All right, so I know I want to give Aerial Impact their time because they've got to go in a few minutes. So thank you guys for sharing. Desi?
All right, so we've been pretty busy this last month. We've brought on 3 new officers. So we have Niho, who's actually in here now. Is going to be our additional recruitment officer. So we're going to have him and Randwatt kind of tag teaming the recruitment aspect of things to try and ramp that up a little. And then Azuri is going to be our second coaching officer. So not necessarily helping with the esports teams that we have, but just in general helping the community get better if people want to learn certain things. And it works out really well because Random is the other coaching officer, and he's really good at one aspect of the game. Well, he's a different style player than Ez is. So, you know, everybody kind of has the full gamut of how to get better by utilizing both of those guys. And then Recourse is our new competition officer. And so he'll be focusing obviously on, you know, putting together events and things like that for the community. And then also he had some really good ideas with our scrims, which is going on right now. Usually everybody gets in a party and we'll just play 3v3 and just regular style Rocket League without, once in a while we'll throw mutators in or play different games within it, but we don't really do that often. And he had a lot of good ideas as far as, you know, mixing it up to make it, because everybody plays Rocket League. If they're playing it pretty basic when they're, you know, playing ranked matches or just casual matches, but actually mixing it up. And there's a lot of maps out there that you can download as far as like hide and seek and tag and stuff like that. So he's got a lot of good ideas with that. And season 8 just ended this week and season 9 started. So we're all, you know, if they haven't already done their placement matches, everybody's doing their 10 placement matches, getting placed in their rank and just pushing along on that. So that's basically all I have right now. And I am talking with David to try and get with the EU side so we can work together on some things. So that will come together hopefully before our next meeting.
Yeah. First of all, awesome. And welcome, Nigel. I'm really glad that you stepped up for a position because you've been here a while and you've been active. So I like that you're an officer now. So
say thank you.
It's like I don't want to talk to Greg.
Yeah.
It's fine.
He's listening.
It's fine. You can tell him I complimented him.
Yeah, I
He's
will.
even around. Just giving him a hand job while he's pretending to watch the movie. It's fine.
Yeah, right.
I like the mix-up stuff. That's something that we used to do a long time ago. Cappy used to do that for us, like with mutators and shit. So that was a lot of fun back when it was just casual, before Aerial Impact was what it was now, which is far more structured and meaningful, I guess, as a group than it is now. Than it was now. So I like that about it. For the EU guys, they're gonna have a meeting tomorrow night.
Okay.
At 10 p.m. their time. It's probably gonna be sometime in the afternoon for our time. They are still trying to figure out who's going to stay on for their officers. David is definitely on board. Rocky kind of expressed some hesitation when I spoke to him, and Free Curse is definitely all about it. At least he's going to give it a shot. He's going to be the tentative EU leader. Once they have a document that they sent me, that he sent me earlier today, which is kind of just an outline of what they're going to be talking about tomorrow. It's really just about sort of getting their officer ranks in place, and then what they essentially want to do in the immediate, which is have one competitive team and then have a team of casual, and that's where the coaches would sort of come in. So there is an idea for coaching structure and all that stuff, and once they have that all sort of the outline and things set up, they will want. I told them to basically just take the lead from you and kind of do what you guys do, but also do something that they think is unique to their group that works for them.
Right.
So yeah, they will be in touch with you once they sort of get on their feet. I think right now they're still kind of waiting around in the kiddie pool looking for a towel or something.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I talked to David a little bit, and that's kind of the feeling I got. So we'll definitely get together before next meeting.
Awesome. Yep, that'll be the plan.
And that's all I got. So
I guess Nigel doesn't have anything to say then. He's the only one you brought with you.
He's awful quiet. Yeah, everybody else is in scrims. We're coming up with some of the new ideas with Recourse and stuff, so they're all helping him out, and so
love it. That's great.
Yep.
And use the event calendar for any time you put events in. Use it. It's going to ping your announcement events section. So, and your officers also have access to do that. So Recourse can, if he's on the Gilded site, he can add the events himself and pop right up on there. So all the officers in here, as well as the guild leaders, have access to add events and edit events. Only leaders have the ability to delete events, because for some reason you can delete your own events but not other people's events, but guild leaders can do both because that's how permission works. So it was stupid.
And I'll make sure I get everybody in there.
Great, thank you very, very much. And
Okay.
good luck on your stuff tonight.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's talk about Primal Impact. Put you on the spot, Drew. Didn't know you were going third. What's up? Go ahead.
What up? So September has been a very uneventful month for us, as in nothing has happened really. It's a pretty dead month, and a lot of that is due to just stuff going on in life. I know I've been busy. I know last week kicked my ass with work. I've been on vacation this week, so I haven't been on much. And then the previous 2 weeks were just September being the release date for all the good video games. So I assume a lot of other people have. That's the reason why they haven't showed up for life.
Could be.
Yeah. So nothing really has happened. We haven't been able to get enough people together for a game, and so we haven't been streaming much. And there's also the problem that AI was streaming for us for Primal Impact, and since he is busy now, we need to find a new person to stream, which comes to the problem of with no one being on who can stream.
Okay.
So I am now in the process of attempting to learn it to see if it's something that I can possibly do and just fill time. Let you know the results of my training in the woods, but there really isn't much of a update from us.
Okay. So what are you doing? What are you doing about this? I mean, you've talked about problems. What's your solutions?
I have attempted to up recruitment to get more people, and the past couple people that have joined have all been just not great. So I need to find a better place to find it, to find people. Unfortunately, it looks like I will have to be attempting Steam, even though I do not like the forums there. Might as well give it a chance, see if anyone can surprise me.
How has Gilded been of any assistance to you in that regard?
Recruitment, we have gotten one person to apply from there, and he showed up. I talked to him for about 2 seconds, and I haven't heard anything back from him.
I see. So what are you doing on there to find people? Are you letting them find you, or are you actually actively going to look for them?
I have been letting them find me. I'm not. The thing about the find people is I don't get a lot of information from them. So I allow them to, or I ask them to apply, fill it out, and I don't get anything back. So
yeah, I've had the similar experience. I would just keep trying. I think the interested button in the find players, that may show them that someone is interested in you. I don't exactly know how it works, but I know that the feature, you can always narrow it down by game that you're looking for. So you can just find people who are playing Monster Hunter, and you can go into their profile, see if they're in a community or whatever, or a team that already has Monster Hunter. If they are, I'd say just skip them, unless it's a very small team, and maybe you can snag them. I've been doing that for Tabletop Simulator, probably like twice a week. But yeah, I'd say sent out probably like 20 invites, and I've maybe gotten one app through there. But that's one I didn't have, so it's something. I'd say you have to be pretty aggressive. I think Gilded is pretty good features for what it has. I don't think that a lot of people are using it fully until it sort of takes hold. I think it's going to be a little slow on the recruitment end. Don't give up. There's definitely people out there that are playing your game. My suggestion also is to go into the I've been doing this for all the games, but I'm in the Discord channels for basically every game that we play has one huge super fucking mega Discord, and I am in the Discord for that game, for every one of the games. So I kind of look at their channel structure, sort of what they do, the bots they use, things like that, to get ideas of how I can help you guys out with things. Obviously, most of them do not allow recruitment, open recruitment, so that's a problem. I think the Monster Hunter one, though, might actually do that. Are you part of that one, Drew?
No, I haven't looked at that Discord.
You might want to look at that Discord. There are a fuck ton of people on it. 20,000 maybe, 15,000, maybe 30,000. There's a lot. And there is an LFG PC Monster Hunter World channel. It does have some rules on it, but I believe you can post there. That may be a way if you're interested.
We'll check it out.
Rocket League one does not have anything like that. It does have self-promotion, but it's mostly for Twitch and shit. The FF14 one does not have recruitment for particular guilds. Neither does the Destiny one, I don't think. Oh, yeah, it does. Clan recruitment, it has a chat. And also that's something you might also want to look into, kind of. Because I know for a fact there are people playing Monster Hunter World. It is a very popular game, it seems.
It is. The problem is, people aren't necessarily looking to play with other people.
Well, you got to find the people who are looking to play with other people. I promise you they're out there.
Yes.
All right, that's it for Monster Hunter then?
Yeah, no, there's nothing from us, yeah.
All right. So definitely hit up the Guilded a little bit more and check out the Monster Hunter World Discord channel. I think I can send that to you, actually. I can find out where the fuck the link is. All right, I got it. They're a partner Discord too. All right, Kanya, what the fuck's going on with you?
It's going good. It's going good. So, I mean, I've been busy, real life stuff, but I've been hopping on when I can, and we have been getting quite a few new members. Discord is not as active as I'd like it to be, but we do tend to have somebody or a couple people online almost all the time now, and we're according to the roster, we're probably just above 20 members, which I mean is the spot that I've really wanted to hit, and they seem that they're sticking around. We have quite a few people who have brought in a couple of their friends. I should say Discord voice is not very active. The actual chat is pretty active with
You're
quite
one
a
of
few
the
new
more
people.
actively chatting groups, I'd say, actually.
So, all in all, it's good. I mean, Forsaken has been a really good expansion so far. I mean, everybody seems to really like it. I mean, the story I think is shit, but to each their own on that. The content's there though, and it's fun. We do have a lot of. I mean, we have the people. Everybody's trying to do so much stuff, and not everybody has the time that Caro and Envy has. So we haven't gotten around to like the new raid content. I mean, some people have like Perm and Envy and Caro, but I mean, all in all, everybody's still having a good time, and like I said, we're still pulling in new members. They're bringing in their friends, so I think it's going really freaking well, actually.
Yeah, I think you're kind of downplaying the success that the group has had. I mean, at least as far as the chat goes, you guys are very chatty, and everyone seems pretty chummy with one another. So that's good. I would like the suggestion that I gave to Drew. There's a really good recruitment thread on the Destiny Discord. So if you're not on that, you might check that out. Because apparently there's always a lot of people. There's clan recruitment, and then there's individual members looking for actual groups. So I would check that out.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Envy, anything from you, buddy?
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Okay.
Well, in reality, Forsaken has been so far really big success. People's expectations have been met. Some have exceeded. For me, the story content is actually there. I enjoyed it. I may or may have not sat in a certain event for 15 minutes just because I saw my favorite character in Destiny
Oh,
taking selfies. Hashtag not my waifu.
okay.
In terms of the raid, yeah, there's actually a lot of content to the point where we don't really know what to do since we have 3 characters and there's literally a shitload of content. We're thinking, what do we do first? Should we just try to do all 3 characters, do 2, or even just do 1? To the point where people are at different, basically power levels that they can't touch certain parts of the raid since the power level of it goes up by increments of 5, starting at 550, ends at 580. If I'm not mistaken. I've only touched partial of the raid. I never finished it because I wasn't a high enough light level at the time, power level rather. And then I said, it's okay. Went back to what I love, PvP. And from there, I've been kind of just living in PvP.
Are there a lot of people that do PvP in the group?
Unfortunately, no. There are a few that are expressing they're expressing PvP thoughts, and I'm telling them just play. Like they're asking tips on how to get better, how to do this. I'm telling them just play the game. You're not not gonna strictly learn by me telling you what to do. You gotta experience it for yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get your hands dirty if you want to get that loot. If anyone's open to PvP, I tell them just let me know. I do believe I'm a decent PvPer. My stats show I'm top 1% if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe you are. Are you mistaken?
Last time I checked, was probably 2 weeks ago. On the Destiny tracker that tracks leaderboards, I was in basically the number 1 spot, but since there was like 90 other people, I'm technically not number 1. But of that 90, I am up there. And I believe there's, let me check Destiny tracker for that number. A few 100,000 people playing as of yesterday. 1.4 million were playing Crucible yesterday.
Wow.
So of that 1.4, I was probably 90. As of now, there's probably a few hundreds, but even up to them, that's still pretty high up there.
Yeah, that's a shitload of people, dude.
Yeah, I never knew there was actually that many people now. Holy shit. I mean, I know the Crucible is kind of lackluster. Like right now, the meta is if you don't have a shotgun, you're going to lose. It kind of sucks. But great players or good players in general will always adapt and find their own play style within the meta. That's what I say. So, learn to adapt. If not, get a shotgun.
I mean, it seems like with that amount of players and stuff, like Destiny is a pretty healthy game.
Oh yeah, it definitely improves since Forsaken. I remember the really down parts was I think it was April or May. The game in general was only peaking at maybe 1.1 million, but in total yesterday in PvE alone was 1.9 million.
Wow,
So
it's good. That's excellent. I mean, there's people out there to find. It's just, I mean,
for the PvE side, I will agree. There is a lot of people that are out there that are trying to find other people to play with or even clanless groups, But on the PvP side, the really good players are already taken. I found that out the hard way.
Yeah,
I tried to recruit some and just like, man, they're already taken.
Yeah.
I look at the clan, they're all really, really top tier players.
Yeah, they gravitate.
Like if I saw
each
them,
other.
yeah. Like if I saw a certain group in a match, I would shit my pants and say, well, I'm gonna take this L already. There's no way I'm winning.
Yeah, it's hard to find PvP specific stuff like that, especially when there's a ranking or a leaderboard and they all find each other. It's just how it goes.
Yeah. is basically it's literally a free for all. You grab the good players while they're free. Say, hey, you want to join me, Kappa? And then there you go. Plan has been formed. Groups have been made. A lot of salt has been formed.
All right. Well, there's people out there. Kanye, have you had any success using the Gilded recruitment forms for Destiny?
So we got a couple apps through there, and then we got one that was for PlayStation, even though
Right.
it's
Yeah.
pretty clear with PC. But we have gotten a couple through there. And I only recently went through and changed a couple of the posts to put the Gilded application link in there. So, and I need to repost my Reddit post, all that fun stuff. So, I mean, I'm trying to lean more towards it because I feel it is a little bit easier than having to go through my email, respond, and yada yada. It just it's a lot more convenient for me, at least.
Yeah, it's definitely convenient. Fill out the app, they join the Discord, and then you find them and then build them. Or kick them because they suck. I mean, one or the other, right? I mean,
and they
that's
play
good.
on PlayStation, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching you go through and actually mark players as interested and stuff like that. So that's cool. You've been like fully using the features and whatnot. You've invited quite a few people actually, which is great.
Thanks, Kanye.
Hopefully, you got a little more response through there.
Well, I'm certainly trying, but so far, I mean, like I said, so far so good. Recruitment seems steady at the moment. We are more geared towards PvE, just because again, there's so much PvE content.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You keep recruiting, keep playing. Do you guys actually do like regular nights, and people are showing up for them, or is it just kind of like whenever?
My schedule's been all over the place due to childcare, so I couldn't say if there's a specific night where there's more people on than others. Being that the raid is the only 6-man content and all the other content is pretty much 3-man minus PvP. I mean, it's really a free for all of whoever's on and wants to team up.
Okay. Alrighty then. Well, keep at it. Envy, you're the one taking care of the in-game event stuff anyway, right? For the most part?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what to do. Okay, really quick, sudden impact. We do not have... Oh, I'm sorry, I mean, just ask. That's it for night shift? We're good? Just keep recruitment going, keep events going. Sounds good. Sudden impact, we don't have a beta yet for the game. I'm going to log into my Bethesda thing right now, but I didn't get an email today, so I don't think that there's a beta yet. So we're waiting on that still before we can decide anything about the game. And once we do, I've decided that I'm going to be putting up some polls for the members to decide what our sort of identity for the guild will be. Moose and I were tossing around some ideas that seemed interesting, and talking about different builds and whatnot. And once that gets live, we'll hit the recruitment a lot harder. I have joined the Vault 76 Discord, which is very, very small. But there's some people just chatting on there about the game, and there's really not a lot of news coming out, so there's not much going on. So I think it's just kind of like the calm before the storm right now. Yeah, and that's only like a little more than 10 days out, so it sucks. It's not a lot of time to really plan stuff. For RI, still looking for a leader. I think event attendance has been the thing to really focus on. Last week, 2 weeks ago, we had Thursday through Saturday. Last week we had Thursday and Saturday. This week so far we've had Thursday and Friday. I had excused Jet so he could go to the game. We had 5 tonight, so and we've done recruiting. I've gotten people through our usual avenues on Reddit and Berserk forums, and I've also gotten people through Gilded. So I've gotten a little bit of both. So it seems to be working okay, although I would really like to see more Gilded people come through. Like I was saying, I think I invited like 14 or 15 people already, and I think I've only gotten that 1, maybe 2 hits on there. So just would like to see more of that. TTS, again, like I said last month, I think is tough because the TTS club is there, and People are in this particular culture for TTS are more inclined to play pickup games. So they just hop in and they chat around and they say, "Hey, I want to join a pickup game for something," and then they have a bot on there that lets you create voice channels and stuff for the game, and then you just hop in and you start hosting whatever. So it's very, very freeform. It's done really well. It's actually the community manager for the TTS Club Reddit is a member who used to be a part of Random Impact, Merovigium, last year, and he played a couple games with us, and then basically disappeared, I guess, to focus on that particular thing. So he's been here. I noticed. We have a number of our players too are also part of the TTS Club, so I imagine they do some pickup games as well on their free time. Yeah, so I am looking for someone still. I have some people in mind that I would really like to step up, but they don't have the time to do it. I'd love to have Valenwolf be in charge of things. I've been really nudging him here and there, but time is really not good for him because I think he got a new job. And then Gutterspud I'd really like to do as well, but he does a real-life board game thing, I believe on Fridays and or Thursdays, so his time is really limited. And outside that, I think he spends time with his family, so it's been kind of the problem with that. Damn, family's getting in the way. I'm thinking if I go to Kanye's house and just eat his children, he will have less excuses for me every month. So another possibility. Next time we might have do like a BYOB and we'll eat a small child. So
Bring your own baby.
Rainbow, you for that? About small children? Eat them?
My fiance wasn't paying attention at all. Like, she's sitting right here. She didn't hear a fucking word of what you just said.
Huh?
I don't want to eat the little one. I want to eat the one that's a little older. She's, you know, a fucking baby. It's not gonna do anything.
I don't eat children, so sorry.
Oh well.
What?
We can't be friends anymore. All right, so that's the updates for those two guilds. And so we've just got what, Neutral Impact left? You guys are waiting a while.
I believe so. Yeah, we're
How
usually
things
first.
been going? Well, not this time, damn it.
Our world is spun upside down. No, let's see. So, some good, some bad. The patch 4.4 hit recently, which is good. So a lot more player involvement. Our in-game logins have definitely gone up. Recruitment, as you know, we kind of switched over to a more, I guess, casual, friendly format. That's just kind of the way that this game is going. Nobody's using free companies for as a rating kind of launch board or springboard really anymore. So they're kind of developing link shells. But as far as recruitment goes, we currently have within 1 week login 38 members, which is quite a bit. We get a lot of newer players just because of how this is going. Attrition's roughly around 30 or 40%. Let's see here. I posted a thing in the officer chat just kind of to show you what our recruitment's kind of been like here recently. Most of the players end up sticking around. I would say around 60% or so. We do get people who just kind of pop on, check us out for a little bit, and then instantly move on to the next thing. They've changed so much in the last year, 2 years. It's gravitating towards, even though it's an MMO, it's still kind of that single player mentality. Log in, queue in. You might as well be running with robots for some of the content. But 38, I think, is pretty good. I think it might even be the highest that I've seen within NI, which is good. The bad, we, again, as a group, I've been trying to work on getting people over into the Discord. I've been trying new things, posting, trying to get people to just even sign in and come to our landing page. Again, we were TeamSpeak only kind of for a while, but I'm trying my best to navigate and bring people into IGC, just trying to change that culture. Also, the raids launched, and most of our core members either have time conflicts or such. Ash is pugging. Brack and Alana are, they found a separate group. Lux is getting a new job, so he's pretty much unable to play. So unfortunately, we will not be hosting a raid team this time around. We'll see what happens when 5.0 comes around. Trying to build up some of these newer players, get them up to level and up into the rating content. I don't know if Kaya has anything to add.
I don't know, does she?
I know that was her cue.
No, I was muted. I said I'm ready with the group I rated with last year, so I'm currently parking in the content. That's pretty much it.
Numbers are there, just trying to work on IGC specific community involvement.
Well, is there time you want me to pop over there and nudge people, talk to people, introduce myself to people?
A lot of people aren't even using the TeamSpeak anymore. It's mostly all in game.
Interesting. So they're typing?
Some, but again, the nature of the game, and I think in MMOs in general, it's just they've gone away. For those who grew up, in the old school MMO, the grind fest, where you really had to put your faith and stock in other people. MMOs are just not going that way anymore. Most of the content you can do solo. There's very few interested people in raids. Most of our core members grew up in that lifestyle. A lot of the new players, they just want to log in and get the coolest dress that they can find.
Yeah, I believe that's probably Rain's biggest goal every time there's a new patch.
Right. Yeah, I just think that's going to be. I mean, we've been seeing this trend in MMOs for a long time.
Yeah, I think
it's
beginning of
nature
the
of
end,
the beast.
I remember the beginning of the end for that game was probably Steps of Faith. For
Yep.
when I was on there, I'm like, this content is not hard, and people were like, this content is too hard. It's a fucking dragon. You just gotta defeat him before he gets to the end of the bridge. What the fuck is hard about that?
Yep, they
Apparently that's
whine
impossible.
and SE caves in and then just completely reduces everything. And if you get people on there with Steps of Faith now, they'll still insta leave because it's still too difficult.
Oh yeah,
Crazy.
that
So
or
crazy.
Shinryu. They'll leave for Shinryu as well. In trial roulette as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay.
So,
So
we're
recruitment
just trying
is
to-
very
yeah.
timid, and there's not a lot of connection going on with the game itself.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay.
Like right now, we have 11 people logged in right now, just doing various things of content. But again, most of it you can do solo. There's nothing that you really need a group for anymore.
And those people don't want to get on the Discord or join the Gilded. I mean,
I have tried Gilded. The problem with it is, at least I have not found a way to keep it server specific. So if you're reaching out to these people, it's like, I'm sorry, I'm on Diablos. Like, I'm not going to transfer.
yeah, no, I mean just joining our Gilded page in general. Like,
Oh, I got ya. Yeah, that is one thing that I need to push. I've been trying to keep up with this patch. Also, I had the finale in Critical as well to deal with, so my time was kind of split between.
well, you've got a perfectly good recruitment officer over here who can
That
be
is
posting
true.
links to get people into the Discord and the Gilded on a regular basis. I think that's her job. In fact, you have two of them.
That is correct.
So nudge, nudge, delegate, delegate. Let's get shit going here. Because, even if people don't want to play Final Fantasy 14, it's other games we have, or do they want to play Fallout? Do they want to play board games? Do they want to join D&D? Like, there's a lot that they're missing out on. Because they're not here. You know the story.
I would
I've
agree.
said it 100 times. So
I know. My battle has been to get people into IGC.
okay. Dear, light of my life. Hello?
What?
Maybe I need to say it in Dutch. Maybe she'll hear me if I say it in Dutch. All right, never mind. Petite Lapine?
What are you talking about?
I have no idea.
Is she paying attention? Did you hear anything that we just said? Catherine's got work for you. Work with him, please.
I said it between job hunting. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yes, okay. All right, so let's wrap it up if that's all for NI.
Yes, sir.
All right. Just remember, everyone, please add the member tag alongside when you add people to your groups, and also now the officer tag if you add officers to your group as well. I explained this a little bit to Desi the other day because I know the permissions are kind of cryptic here, whatever, because we use the private lobby. There are two sort of tracks for permission. One of them is administrator, officer, and member. If you're at the top, you get all three. If you're an officer, you get two of them. And then the other one is the guild-specific stuff. So neutral impact officer, neutral impact guild leader, whatever. And you add both those tags on both sides for people. And then, of course, aerial impact and stuff have the different teams. And critical impact has the different groups that do the specific campaigns. And all those channel permissions are locked into some specific channels in a couple of cases. So please make sure that you get the permissions correct because I go through those things. And also kick people as the end of the month. I say this every month. There are people who are no longer playing in your guild. Don't even put them in the member rank anymore. Not around. Just remove all of their tags and I will prune them on the 1st of the month. So please remember to do that. Continue to interact with members that pop into the new player chat. There's some people that are really good at this. Other people don't get around to it. It's everyone's job, especially recruitment officers, to see people and engage them because you are supposed to have people skills in some way. And just say hello. Even if you don't know who they are, just say hello. Because they're going to have questions about how to apply. Direct them to the Read Me First channel where the applications are. For those guilds that are deciding to use Guilded specifically for applications, please let me know. I will update your application link in the Read Me First channel if you prefer to have things only go through Guilded. So right now, Random Impact goes through Guilded, Primal Impact goes through Guilded, and Sudden Impact is going through Guilded. Obviously, two of those are my groups. We're going to establish the Sudden Impact group specifically only using the Guilded application. So let me know if you want that. You can have that. Clean up your pinned messages monthly. The thing about pinned messages is people stop looking at them after a while. They become useless and dead if they're not good information. Please use Guilded instead now. I think since we have forum capability, if the guild leaders want to set up forums onto Guilded, you absolutely can. I will not stop you. I don't know why you would want to, but I will not stop you. And I think the Ryukin has been doing, and Orcus as well, have been doing some great stuff getting their campaign documents. I don't know if you did this after either. I'm sorry if I'm not giving you credit. Putting campaign documents into the documents section on there as well.
I have not had a chance yet.
So that stuff looks great because it's exactly like a blog post. It's a what you see is what you get editor. And it's just so intuitive and easy to use. It does not have centering. I know that's a complaint that Ryu had, and I want to echo that complaint, but otherwise it has every other function you would probably want to put up a nice clean post for maps and session summaries and all matter of business. It looks awesome. I like that a lot. Add all your events to the calendar feature on there as well. Get all your members into Guilded so they can RSVP if you're using that function. That's pretty much it. We're good. Also, oh yeah, don't forget to update the IGC applications spreadsheet if you get applications. Those are great. Even if you do not accept people to your guild, you must still add them to the applications sheet. Someone probably needs to help Orcus get all of those 20 onto the spreadsheet because that'll be good. It also is useful for that whole, we'll hold your application if another group opens up. That might be helpful for D&D to be able to reach out to people. If you say, hey, I remember their stuff was on here, let me go take a look at their app. All right. Anybody have any last minute questions? Any follow-up? Anything you want to yell at me for? Any birthdays? Any children? New jobs? Things you're celebrating? Masturbatory habits? Anything you want to share? No? Okay. Well, I gave you guys a lot of options.
I see shadows in my room.
You should probably see a doctor about that. In fact, you could see me about that. Get help. That's my recommendation.
And how does that make you feel?
Makes me feel good, Drew. Like seeing weird shit.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
Gray, didn't you say at the very beginning you're somewhat drunk? How come we didn't get any alcohol? I am very upset.
I specified this meeting was BOB. It is every single month.
Please hold. Where's my whiskey?
You fucked up, not me. Try to lay your shit on me. I talk to you once a month. You come in here blaming me? Fuck you. All right, I'm going to stop the recording.